Have you ever wondered what kind of animals you get to see in your typical Singapore neighbourhood? When you think of Singapore's urban wildlife, the first thing that comes to mind are your pigeons and mynas and crows and rats, and maybe even the occasional otters and wild boars that have made the news, and often not in a very positive light. But we actually have much more than that. In fact, over the last several years, I've spent some time exploring my own neighbourhood and photographing some of the beautiful animals that I've encountered right here. Some of these are visitors, like this spotted wood owl and oriental honey buzzard. These are usually birds that are finding a place to call home. But others are residents. I see this white-throated kingfisher almost every other day on my way to work, just hanging about the playground. Sunbirds and woodpeckers are also very common species that you'll find in our urban environments. Sometimes, I also see this changeable lizard amongst the shrubs, looking for food. Really shy little creature. But not all animals appear in the day. Some can only be found at night. But before we get there, let's talk about how we can be more observant to find more of these animals in our neighbourhoods. When I first started photographing animals, I often found myself frustrated because I just couldn't find any animals. But over the years, I've come to realize a few secrets. First, time of day. Early mornings and late afternoons are usually the best time for spotting wildlife. Like now, when the sun is set really low. Second, find places with plants. Bushes, trees, gardens, whatever. Bonus if these plants are fruiting as well, like the one we have over here, because birds, animals will be attracted to these fruits. Third, you have to listen. Using your sense of sight is often not sufficient, and if you tune in real close, you'll be able to actually hear some bird calls that maybe you've never noticed before. So over the years, I've realized that I've developed a much keener sense of hearing, and I'm able to distinguish certain bird calls or animal calls, and that really helps me during my photography process. Lastly, you'll have to walk slow, like real slow. The slower you walk, the more you'll be able to see. So I was just walking by this house right here, and I saw these few orange-cheeked waxbills just hanging about the plants right behind me over here. So I'm just gonna wait a bit and see if I can catch them again. So, gotta go. It's a lot more challenging to spot animals at night, but definitely not impossible. This large-tailed nightjar is a resident in my neighbourhood and makes a very audible chong 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 sound at night. And one of the coolest finds is seeing the common palm civet. This is one of the more elusive animals that has adapted well to our urban areas, sometimes living under the roofs of landed houses and feeding on fruits. A very shy creature by nature, this one won't be easy to spot. Of course, I'm sure there are many more animals that I have yet to see in my neighbourhood. But isn't it incredible to think that there are all these creatures just living within a 500-meter radius from where I live? If you're keen to learn more about nature and wildlife, your backyard is just about as good a place to start as any. Let me know down in the comment section below if you've seen anything interesting in your neighbourhood. Until then, see you in the next one.